Is that pin moving?
You got your knife?
Yep.
Does it need to go around it, Sandra?
It is around it. He put it around it. Oh. Is that a problem? Hi, we're Chris and Sandra. We started America's Great Loop in July of 2023, but it all started in the spring of 2022 when we bought a boat we named Thataway. On a foggy May morning last year, we said goodbye to Port Dover and headed down Lake Erie and the Welland Canal and on to Lake Ontario. We had a summer of fun boat projects and explored Lake Ontario and the famous heritage canal system, the Trent Severn Waterway. We spent the spring of 2023 overhauling the galley of Thataway and took off in July, even though we had lots more to do. Join us as we make our way around the 6,000-mile journey of North American inland waters. It's Wednesday morning and Flotilla 7 just headed out of Hammond Harbour. They're on their way to Joliet Wall, and then tomorrow they'll go through the locks, the 3 that just opened. We're going to head, normally our flotilla will leave Hammond tomorrow, but we've decided to stage from Dalton, from Marine Services Corporation Marina. The reason we're doing that is, even though it's about 3 miles to get into the river from here, it's not the greatest today, according to Windy, not the greatest tomorrow, according to Windy, which is the day we'd normally leave. But it's not too bad today, and it's likely okay out there today, really, or tomorrow it'll be okay. People have been leaving in worse, but we just felt that it'll be a long day on Thursday if we leave from here, and this way we can cut about 2.5 hours off. We met another Canadian couple in our flotilla. They're on a sailboat that's been demasted, and they go a little bit slower than us, but we're 2 of the slower boats. So we're both going to stage from Dalton on Thursday, going there today, and there's 2 other boats in the flotilla doing the same thing. I think they're a bit faster than us, but people are doing it for a variety of reasons. Partially to cut down on the travel time on Thursday to Joliet, but also to just take a little bit of time, maybe sleep in on Thursday a bit more, and arrive at a decent hour. Once we're all in Joliet on Thursday, there'll be a meeting of the flotilla about how to get through the locks together. This has all been set up by the AGLCA. And by the time we go through those 3 locks, there will have been all 7 of the first flotillas through. And all reports back so far is that a lot of the backlog of towboats has cleared somewhat, that there's been a few minor issues with getting through. Not always the planning that the flotillas have done have been followed by the lockmasters, but they rule, so we have to do what they say. So it seems to be kind of getting all the glitches out. When we picked a really good point in the flotilla schedule to go through because we've allowed others to be the guinea pigs, which is really great. Right, I'm going to assume 3 fenders is enough. Yeah, Blue Moon's just trying to hold right here. So I'm unsure what the bollards are so far.
Yeah.
Although just the railing would be fine, wouldn't it? Is it those yellow things?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just thinking out loud. I guess we just go behind this guy and figure out what he's doing. Oh, I see the bollards.
Yep, me too.
So they're really spaced apart. Keep going to the front. We woke up to pouring rain the next day, our day to get to the flotilla staging area on the freewall in Joliet. It is so nice that we have an inside helm to keep us out of the weather. We discovered that the inside of the windows would get covered in condensation, so we put the space heater on very low, down at floor level. It only took about 15 minutes to achieve the right temperature to keep the windows relatively clear. It didn't stop me, however, from popping out occasionally to try my new foul weather jacket and to wipe down and take the squeegee to the window panes. Yes, the wiper works, but I felt useful and I like a nice unobstructed view. This was our first day experiencing real tow traffic. We really got some initial practice using the radio. Here is the famous U-turn bridge, the lowest fixed bridge on the loop that everyone has to clear, or make a 180-degree turn and go home. We knew this wasn't going to be an issue for us. With the mast down, we were clearing the 18-foot bridges prior to this one without even asking for them to be lifted. The electrical field submerged in a small section of the river is to try to prevent the spread of Asian carp to the Great Lakes. It was causing loopers some concern over the prior week. Apparently, the first flotilla had several boats pass through and lost their electronics, including one boat that lost power to both engines. There was a lot of speculation about why, but no firm conclusions. It seemed to be rooted in the fancier systems on the newer boats. Regardless, every flotilla afterwards was shutting everything down that they could as they passed through. Chris was not overly worried, but we decided it was prudent to flip all the breakers just to be safe. Thataway and crew made it through with no discernible effects, to ship or to humans. In fact, it seemed anticlimactic. The birds loved this area though, and would swoop in to pick up zapped Asian carp. And all the breakers get flipped back on. The only lock of the day was Lockport, and this was only a few miles from Joliet. We and 3 other boats from Flotilla 8 passed through this without waiting too long. We rafted to another boat in this lock, which is always very relaxing because you basically don't have to do any work keeping your boat off the wall. You can just distract the other boat you've rafted to by engaging in conversations. Then it was a short scoot to the Joliet wall to tie up. Chris and I found a coffee shop and returned just in time to watch the rest of our flotilla, which started in Hammond that morning, arrive in full parade.
Someone on one of the boats hurt themselves back in the Lockport lock. So there's some talk about getting her some medical attention. And they're waiting for the last bridge to open. We're going to scurry around over this bridge and see if we can get there to help some tie-ups. And Flotilla 8. Ground 0 to get through the 3 locks at Joliet Wall. We cast lines at 6:30. So we are at the wall in Joliet. That was a long day, and but we're here, and everyone except one person is safe and sound. Somebody fell on their boat and really damaged their legs. So they took her off by ambulance, and we'll see if she's back on the boat tomorrow. We are making soup in the Instapot. We're on the wall, but there's power outlets. It's a free wall, so it's pretty much like being anywhere. And we're so glad to be on the move again and into a different locale. The marina in Hammond was really good, and they had really great service, but we were glad to be out of Hammond. So we're going to have some good dinner. Are you coming to talk? No. So we're going to have a nice hearty bean soup tonight because it's getting chillier at night. And tomorrow's a big day as we go through the big 3 locks that had been closed for 4 months.
We had a mostly restful sleep, but it was a bit unnerving to be so close to the tow traffic, something we would get used to as we moved further down the rivers. But our plan, right, is to midship or
Yeah.
stern, depending on the boat.
If you would, play in there and catch that last floater.
Okay, can you listen to
on port
this?
side. The dark oak boat, if you would, rest out beside him.
Just a minute, I don't think that was us yet.
No.
Did you want to get directions?
He's been telling people as we get in. We're not supposed to be talking to lock staff.
I think we're going to if we need to.
These are not floating pins.
All right, Jared, boat number 5. Come on in and take the floater at the 400-foot mark on your port side.
Roger that.
The guy right behind you, if you wouldn't mind having him rest off.
400 mark, right?
I don't see it. Do you see it?
We're going to get out there. So I'm going to get the bollard at midship because that only makes sense, right? Oh, there are floating pins. So that's 100. So you see the 100 off to the left?
I see the 100.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's going
we got
up. There's a
ways to go.
200.
Brandon Rock at sailboat.
So it's a bollard. Yeah, so I think it's the red one. Chris, I think it's the red one. So I'll do that at midship. So you slow it down for me. Just get in, Chris, get in further. Can you get in further? Slow it down?
Yeah, we're not at 400, Sandra.
Oh, okay. He's guiding us in. Oh, he's pointing to the
You're
bollard.
acknowledging
Okay.
that?
Got it.
Brandon Rock, I think his cruiser there behind this second trawler coming in.
Look good, Sandra?
Sorry?
Look good?
Yep, just bring me in a little bit more. The fenders are out, so as long as you don't put the bow right, like scrape it, we're good.
Look good?
You're good.
Brandon Rock, boat number 7.
Okay, bring it in a little bit. This guy's here anyway, so good morning. Thank you. So we can cleat this one off. This is our first floating bollard. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Roger. I want you to take the third
Okay,
floater in
slow
here.
it down, Chris.
Right down here where I'm on the cart.
I'm going to help with rafting,
Yeah,
as you will probably. Good morning. Good. I'll let you pass that to Chris, and I'll take this. This is your son? What's his name?
Dallin.
Dallin? Dallin. Okay,
You're about 3 feet.
I'm Sandra.
morning.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Keep going up, Chris, I think.
Keep moving up.
I'm going to do this on the midship, okay, Dallin? If you don't, yeah, that's good. If you don't mind pushing off on here if we get too close. But I think we're all bumpered.
Thank you guys so much.
Do you want to be up a bit more, or is that good?
You want to go up a bit more, Ryan?
I think so.
I think so, because our lines are a bit long here.
That looks better. So are there 3 of you on board or 4?
One's in bed.
One's in bed.
So we made it into Brandon Lock, and we're all rafted up. We've got Grand Bank's boat rafted to us with the family, which is kind of nice to see. And they're just getting ready to lower us. We're on a floating boat. Sounds like that's the signal to go down, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty seamless. We came out in the dark. We noticed in our checks that our starboard running light wasn't working, and then our headset stopped working, so we were back to the yelling at each other. But we got in and got settled in, and oh, there we go. That's the signal. So we got in, and Chris just touched the light, and it came back on. So I don't know what that was all about. And we got the headsets working again. So we're good to go. And then the total distance today to the marina in Ottawa, Illinois is about 43 nautical miles, just shy of that. And there's 3 locks. So we're going to be traveling at 7.2 knots per hour. And if there weren't the locks to go through, that would be about a 6-hour trip. But there'll be a couple hours added onto that, probably about 3, at least 3, to get through all the locks. The AGLCA has really organized things so that when we get to each lock, we have a really good chance of getting through. Anyway, we're dropping, so I'm going to take some footage of that. Is that pin moving?
You got your knife?
Yep.
Does it need to go around it, Sandra?
It is around it. He put it around it. Oh. Is that a problem? Chris, this pin isn't moving.
Yeah, just let slack out.
Yeah, but we're not going to, this is a 35-foot rope, so can you hold it?
It's gonna go, Sandra. There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, you good?
Yeah. So the pin finally started moving. That was very disconcerting.
Is it floating?
Yeah. I think we were too tight. I think it would have given at a certain point. But he gave me the directions to tie it up. Like, he watched the slack.
Right.
Anyway, disaster averted. I'm going to cleat this back off again.
Well, I think you should keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to walk away from it. Chris, can you get help Maureen with...
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, Dallin, I'm going to give this to you. Oh, no, your mom's got it.
Thank you.
Sandra, you want to
Yep.
push them off?
Thanks for your hospitality.
Probably. Nice chatting. Okay, so Chris, do you want to get at the helm? And I'll release this back one right now,
Yeah.
because I think we might be next. Okay, I am almost released. Okay, we're good. I'm going to fend off the back, okay?
Okay. We're good?
I'm still pushing. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, we're going.
All right, I'm just going to tidy up lines so I don't trip on anything.
Yeah.
So yesterday when we were fixing the table, my glasses slid off the table, and then I forgot they were on the floor, and I stepped on them, and they're rimless, and this thing broke. Luckily the glass didn't break, but I haven't got many options here. I think I'm going to glue the lens in to keep it in there and cut this, and then I'm going to have to figure out how to get another pair ordered and catching up with me or something. This Gorilla Glue, because it's all we have. And I've got a skewer, a bamboo skewer, and I'm just going to make sure, yeah, okay.
Man, it is so calm now. Glad that got out of its system. I would have hated to be in that high wind.
Yeah, they're bringing theirs up right now, Chris. All right, you'll take me forward.
Yeah, give me a minute. Okay.
Can you turn on the deck wash?
I can. Give me a minute. Take your time. Let's make sure it seats properly. We're not in a panic here.
It's pretty clean.
Is it going in well?
Nope.
That way, are you
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need me to stop?
Yeah, I'm there. One of the first ones in. Got it.
Okay, you'll go to the wall then, darling, and me. And they want the big boats in, so let's do the big boats and the medium boats and then the next boats, okay?
So we're first still though?
Colin, just to confirm, I'm going to the wall.
Thataway is going to the wall, Darling is going on Thataway, and Detour is going on Darling.
Got it. Thank you. What do you need me to do?
Nothing. This stupid thing always twists coming up, and I just have to give it a thing. Okay, I'm free now.
Okay.
Just don't worry about me. We're first in?
We're first in and on the wall. Yep.
Okay.
There he is.
You see him?
On Navionics.
Yeah, so I guess we want to go slow. Looks like they're taking a tow down.
Okay, so there's a boat that needs to clear out. Number one. Which it's coming up our way.
Right.
And it's about, it's moving really slowly. And then, if I understood them correctly, they're locking a boat down at the same time. Which is,
As us?
no, now. Marcellus Lock, this is the first boat in line. My understanding is I'm doing a port tie. Do I go up to where I see the guy in green?
Yes, I'm standing right here. Come on, the ballard here.
Thank you.
First boat into the lock. So these are floating pins as well, so we're used to that.
What's it look like behind me?
You've got lots of space. They're all hanging back a little bit because they want us to get tied up first.
Yeah.
Once I get the bollard tied around, then you can kind of help with the rafting. Right? I'll get this guy to help me
Yeah.
tie up. Hello there. How are you? Good.
This darling, I'm going to raft off.
Okay, slow it down, Chris. Slow it down. Slow it down. I'm assuming you want me midship on the pin? Yeah.
Copy that.
Okay,
Lock Masters 58.
I'll wait till that falls in.
You want to send on a bollard?
Another 6 or 7 feet.
How am I looking, Sandra?
Keep going a little bit further.
Yes, with that, your boat length.
I'm around the bollard, so you can go ahead a little bit. Okay, that's it. Slow down, slow down.
About on the starboard side there. Mid-chamber.
Okay, that's it, Chris. I'm gonna. Oh, actually, I'll pull us a little bit further ahead. So this time we're against the wall, which means we have to work a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's other ones over here.
trying to find another fender that we aren't using, but I don't have one. Do you have an extra fender?
Do I have an extra?
Yeah, our bow is going to be pinched in at the wall, and I just want to pop one in there. I can grab mine if you think we can do it. Just
It's up to you.
oh, that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
You take this one.
I'll take this one.
What about the ball? Actually,
Ball? Would that be
Yeah, that would be better.
I don't think it's being used.
And then we can find you at the marina or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
or throw it at you before you leave. Thank you. I don't know if I can attach that to anything. I'll just tie it. I'll tie it. Yeah, I'll tie it.
Flip it on itself. Just keep rolling up.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, I gotta.
Maybe just put it more farther forward.
Yeah, but there. Right, but I want it higher, so I'm going to. All in. Okay.
Third boat is that away. We're in B14.
14, you're going to come in, follow detour, and just down to your slip. You'll be about 6 slips away from us.
Follow detour.
Okay. Copy that. That away out.
Okay, and who's behind that away?
I can step off now, Chris, I think. Ouch, something's caught on my head.
All right, I got start. So, about 80 miles later, 3 locks, bad weather conditions. How you feeling?
Pretty good. That was a long day yesterday. That was basically 12 hours. We left 6:30 from Joliet, and we sailed through Brandon, which was great. Everyone, I think, was on a pretty good high because it went very well, locking through. And it's always fun to be rafted and not be against the wall, which we were rafted on the outside. And then we beetled it to Dresden, and we hit a little bit of a bump there in that they were bringing up a tow and barge, and it was going to be a 2.5 hour wait. So everyone anchored upstream from the lock, and then a storm hit. And as you know, I didn't like that much. But we felt kind of the anchor drag just a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 feet, maybe a couple times. But otherwise it was pretty good. And then all of a sudden we were getting down to the lock. So timing was a big issue because sunset is at 6:15, and we just sailed in, all 14 of us, I guess, at about 6:15. So the staff at Heritage Harbor Marina were amazing. They had people waiting on the docks for us. They had all our slip assignments, and as we came around the corner, they were on the radio telling us where we were and having people there, and the staff knew how to tie boats up. I mean, it was great. I mean, it was fabulous. And then Jeremy, the harbor host, or the harbor manager's famous talk about what's coming up next down the river that I fell asleep on. So I fell asleep during, so I had to go back to the boat and go to bed. But now we're in Ottawa, Illinois, and we found a coffee shop. So we're pretty happy right now. We're just going to run to a grocery store and get a few staples. Not very much because we already provisioned. And I had my glasses fixed, so the Gorilla Glue did not work. So I managed to find an iPlace that was open today that was able to fix them for 25 bucks. So everything's looking good. We're taking a rest day. So we're staying one more night at the marina, and then tomorrow we're off again. So 3 more locks, I think, until we're into the major part of the Mississippi, the lower Mississippi, upper Mississippi. Do you know
Upper Mississippi.
Upper Mississippi. And I really haven't looked at anything beyond where we are right now, so we're going to do a little bit of that today. So now we're off to the grocery store.
Join us next week as we progress further down the Illinois River and experience our first engine issue. We're looking forward to seeing some of the places that we've heard so much about as we approach the Mississippi. If you haven't already, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and as always, questions and comments welcome. See you next time.
Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset, man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like